Hey everybody, welcome to the 2020 Las Vegas Challenge. This is round one. This is the FPO coverage, and it is brought to you by the Disc Golf Guy and Innova Discs.
Today we're playing the Infinite course. I'm Erika Stinchcomb.
And I'm Madison Walker. This is the shortest of the three courses, and we get started immediately with a really difficult hole. Hole one is different from last year. You see this is all safe right here, and as you fly over these palm trees, all of that sand that you see is an out of bounds hazard, and the basket is perched precariously and elevated right nearby. It is inside the circle, out of bounds.
So you have to shoot through this tunnel, and then there's that dead tree past the fence that kind of makes you choose, do you go around it, do you go over it? If you go inside, you kind of hyzer out. That's the safe play to go too far.
First off the tee, we had Paige Shue, recently married, used to be Paige Bjerkes, and also the 2019 champion. Jessica rips something overstable, comes up a bit short, but she'll be inside the circle.
This hole actually played the second most difficult today, which surprised me a little bit because it is just the shortest hole. I mean, it's one of the only ones.
230 feet.
Yeah, one of the only ones under 300. I think there's one other. Great shot from Kat there.
And really, the only play is to kind of push it past the basket, which gives you a death putt comeback. It's not my favorite hole, not my favorite change, but it is very challenging to kick off the round.
Yep, they all played it really safe, but have a very scary putt.
We get to watch Eveliina Salonen also today in the United States, touring full-time and recently promoted on Team Innova.
For those of you that didn't watch last year, Kat and Paige ended up playing a playoff for this event, so I'm sure they're both gunning to come out hot in this first round. Conditions were pretty ideal today.
Yeah, we had excellent weather compared to years prior where it was very cold. It was pretty mild today. We did have a little bit of some wind picking up during the round, but other than that, it was pretty perfect. Paige running at it even with the out of bounds hazard bunker behind it, but looks like no sweat off her back. Catrina just outside the circle as well, lining up her putt with the crosswind.
Par's not a bad score here. Definitely. The average was 3.58 on this hole. There was looks like 21% birdies and then 42% over par. It's just so easy to find that bunker, or if you're kind of on the left side of the pin, or even the right side, I guess, if you're short and you hit the cage, it's so easy to roll back into that hazard.
Sounds like you're speaking from experience.
Nope. Yep. Everyone just cleaning up here for par. I would say this course probably has the most available birdies to the FPO field. Off the top of my head, I could think of about 6 or so.
If you're in the 350-foot range.
Yeah, so some of these ladies will obviously get some chances that maybe the rest of the field aren't getting with their power. Should be a fun watch.
But we will definitely see more birdies here on this course than we will the rest of the weekend. And this is the only time we get to play it. Hole 2, you were throwing through a tightly wooded fairway over a bunker and across a green that is not out of bounds. The basket is perched behind the hill, hidden behind a bunch of bushes. If you come up short, you have to contend with, pitching your putt over that hill and over those bushes.
This is a Ballista Pro from Paige. She's going to be ripping this all day long. Looks like a little bit inside and short. There are a lot of little shrub bushes there, so it's pretty hard to, sometimes you get pretty blocked on your upshot or putt.
It's 324 feet, but it played a little longer than that. Even with, a bunch of people on my card that could throw 350 easily, it's kind of a hard basket to get to because it's slightly uphill.
Uphill, and then you got to go up and over all that stuff. You can kind of swing it out and around like Kat's doing here, but it takes more like probably 350 easy, if not more. That was a great shot with her D1.
We all know Kat brings a lot of power to the table. Eveliina as well is known for being able to crush a disc.
I think that's a destroyer from her. Gets caught up.
She'll be in circle 2, but with a lot of stuff in the middle.
Pitch up from there.
Jessica Weese throwing a turn.
Yep, same story. So Kat, the only one with a clean look off the tee. It is kind of interesting playing this course in the Innova factory course, only having the one chance at it.
Yeah. Yeah, I like revisiting courses.
I do too, yeah. It's frustrating if you kind of have a bad hole and you know you're not going to get another chance.
Yeah. This hole, even though it was only 324 feet, only had one birdie on the day. One birdie, two.
Woo!
And we get to watch.
What a putt!
That was huge.
Like Spike Heiser straight in. Great putt.
That was definitely way into circle two. She's impressed with herself. She just said, wow.
Wow.
That's awesome. Oops, spoiler.
Yeah.
Sorry, everybody. We haven't done commentary since last year, so we're getting back on this train.
Coming back from the off season. Happy to be back.
You can hear planes going by pretty much all day. We're situated pretty close to the airport, especially on these first few holes. I swear the planes just go right over the top of us.
Planes and geese.
Lots of geese. Moving on to hole 3. This is the first par 4 of the day. It's 621 feet and actually played as one of the easier holes on the course. The birdie is out there. If you can keep it from going out of bounds left on your drive, it's pretty easy to get up and down. It is 2 drives, which seems a little bit intimidating at first, but the second drive is definitely more of a fairway or a mid-range shot if you can get way down there.
I think this is probably the most gettable birdie, or the one maybe everyone's expecting to get.
Definitely.
You definitely want to play it just like Jess did, out, turned over, because that path comes into play so quickly. I mean, she actually got a lot closer than I expected, seeing the angle.
Yeah, from the tee pad, you can't see that path, but it creeps in super close and like hooks in towards the middle of the fairway, so you really have to get over the top of it like Paige did. However, if you turn it over too much, it doesn't get that left finish. There are some trees over there that you don't want to contend with, but Paige made it
out
pass.
Decent, yeah.
Wow, that was a crush.
Yeah, as long as you miss those trees on the right, that's a great play.
That was probably easy.
I think that was another
360.
Ballista Pro. Yeah, easy. She should have a pretty easy upshot.
Catrina playing super safe, also crushing it down there past Paige's shot. Wow. It always blows my mind how far she throws.
That was an X3. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, it makes it a pretty easy birdie, hopefully.
Yeah, a lot more birdies on this hole than there were on the prior hole. And look at those beautiful mountains in the background as we watch this disc fly.
Yeah,
so
I
cool.
always love looking at the scenery out here on a nice day. Great shot, perfect placement.
Las Vegas is not a place that you really, if you haven't been before, that you really associate with scenery. Everyone sees all the bright lights, but there's mountains literally surrounding this course on all sides. So it's pretty cool. Jess puts it inside the circle, no problem, for her birdie look.
Paige asking for it to get over. You get some pretty generous skips on this short grass out here.
Yeah, all day long you can really play the skips if you put enough spin on your disc. The grass is so fast everywhere.
Calls for a lot of hyzers.
Totally. And if it's not grassy, it's like these small pebbles, so you can really work the disc after it hits the ground. Catrina's looking like she's throwing a putter.
Yeah, it looks like. Yeah, they all made that look quite easy. Eveliina converts. Yeah, it looks like this is the second easiest hole.
Oh, Paige. Not like her.
Yeah. Shake off the rust.
Yeah, I know she's been in Emporia some, and so it's cold all winter. Maybe it's hard to do putting in the winter time.
It's hard to do a lot of things disc golf related in the winter time.
I'm coming from Florida, so I don't know what that life is like. Catrina lining up for her birdie.
Very nice.
Parted it. Jess looking to get 2 in a row.
This one's about 40 feet shorter than our last one. Nice, back to back. What a great start.
Hi everyone, welcome to Las Vegas, Nevada, home of the Las Vegas Challenge, the first stop on the road to the championship. This is the first of 26 events scheduled throughout the year around the world, giving the world's best players an opportunity to punch their ticket to the United States Disc Golf Championship at Winthrop University this fall. We look forward to seeing you in Rock Hill.
And thank you to Innova Champion for getting the disc golf guy out here to cover the women. We're moving on to hole 4. This is a really fun shot. It's 390 feet, but it's downhill. You have to go over a bush though, so it's not like you can throw it straight downhill. There's an OB sidewalk on the right all the way down that wraps around behind the basket. And it's pretty close. If you get over on it and crush it a little bit too far, you will definitely slide out of bounds.
The whole field has a chance to get this one, which is fun. Yep, and then that's exactly what you were just saying, Mad.
Yep.
Turns it. Let's see if she can flare skip.
Nah. Nope. There's a chance it can skip back in. Here today on this hole we had a head crosswind from left to right, so it made it a little bit scary to show that underside of the disc if you're working the full flight. So most people are going to be throwing something overstable.
Yeah, it's a D1 from Cat.
Katrina just throwing a pure hyzer the whole way. She decides not to push it at all. I would expect her to get up and down here, but maybe she was, wanted to play safe more than anything.
Yeah, I mean, she's just outside the circle. It's a safe play. It's solid. It's a fun downhill putt.
Eveliina crushes one. She'll be somewhere. Oh, wow.
Oh, what a terrible roll.
This disc has a mind of its own. You'll see that a lot on these golf greens. It's fun for them to roll around on the short grass.
Sheriff from Paige turns it a little bit, but that's a pretty stable disc.
Yeah, that thing came way out.
I know, more than I expected. So Kat's the only one with, a pretty good look at it.
Jess in her range.
That's true.
From out of bounds, looking to
save.
save a 3. Yeah. Throws an Annie putt in a headwind. That is an interesting choice, but maybe she was just laying it up.
Yeah, she'll be fine from there. Little jumper with the judge.
After, not playing competitive rounds like a lot of these ladies, like you said, shaking the rust off, it is scary to come out here and putt in these winds that we were having today.
Yeah, it looks pretty mild right now, and it's not too bad yet, but it picks up pretty steadily throughout the day.
Apparently when the flag is sideways, I've heard before, this might be a rumor, that the wind is at least 15 miles per hour.
Oh.
I don't know if that's a real thing.
That seems a little fast.
Really great run from Kat. That was a super good bid.
Yeah, she was standing up on that hill, so I'm sure it was hard to get it low enough.
There were surprisingly only 3 birdies on the field today. Callie, Henna, and Haley King. Congrats, ladies.
Henna parked it. It was underneath, like the, stand, I guess, of the basket. It was so cool.
Sweet. Jess looking like she's going to go back to even par after her huge birdie.
If you can stay pretty close to even on all of these courses, you'll do pretty well at this tournament.
I believe last year, even or maybe 2 down was the hot round on this course, which it was a lot different conditions. I think we'll see a better score than that today.
I would be surprised if we didn't.
Moving on to hole 5. This is a really tight gap you have to hit off of the tee. You want to turn something over and hopefully have it flex at the very last minute to get to this basket. This is a crush. It's 360 feet, but it plays so much longer than that in my opinion.
Yeah, you have to throw that Anheuser out and around. I don't know. I think some people were maybe toying with the forehands, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's a crush for a forehand. If you turn it over too much, there are some trees on the right you can definitely get tangled up in. You can see Katrina's kind of messing with those. So the safe play is to finish out to the left. and give yourself a wide open approach to the basket.
Yeah, you just have that one tree in the way.
Yeah, there's the one tree to the left of the basket has some low-hanging branches if you're too far to the left.
I believe that's a shrike. And
Whoa!
wow!
Wow.
That was so cool.
That was amazing. 360 feet on Anheuser.
Oh man, what a pretty flight that was.
Paige trickling into those trees. It looks like she might have a gap out to the basket.
Forehand, not crazy.
Wow, you're not crazy. This is a mash of a forehand.
Mm-hmm.
Of
I
course.
want to say Haley maybe threw it as well, but maybe she was just toying with it. Okay, fine. All right. It's far.
It's far. 360 forehand, I would be very impressed. Paige trying to size up a gap. Oh,
no, it's fine.
yeah, never mind. The gap size is huge.
She's all right.
Catrina has to do a patent pending. She lays it up there, no problem.
Oh, that's a pretty disc.
Woo! Jess again. Hidden chains for a long birdie attempt.
I think that's a Star Sonic. That kind of died one she just threw.
Oh, it is a really pretty tie-dyed Sonic.
Yeah.
So there were only 3 birdies on the day on this hole. Eveliina, Erika Weir, awesome. And I got my own birdie on this one. I was very happy. It's well out of my range.
I saw it was like under the branches. What do you think, 50?
Yeah, it was a jump putt for sure. Anheuser jump putt.
Yeah, that 360 to 380 range, you're not going to see a ton of birdies.
Unless you're Eveliina.
Right, just parking it.
Eveliina moving into 2 under par, and it's early in the round, but we do have this treacherous triple island hole. Everyone knows it. It's a famous hole. It's one of the shorter holes on the course, but it always plays as one of the higher scoring holes because of all the out of bounds and drop zone rules. It's 294 feet. If you go out of bounds, you have to go to the original drop zone no matter which island you last cross over. So going for the basket is a really big risk.
I think most people are going to just lay up to the second island. Conditions were calm enough. Ooh!
She gets a little bounce.
Oh, man. Yeah, conditions are calm enough where it'd be kind of silly almost to... Oh, nope. Not silly. I mean, she's just going for par. It's easy to... Yeah, she knows it. I mean, it's easy to take a big number. It's almost a guaranteed 5 from this back drop zone unless you want to try to park the third green, which is by far the smallest.
Totally. It is so scary to try to go for the basket from that first drop zone, too. It's not worth it to go for it.
No. I don't think really even any of the MPO guys are going for it.
I almost think it would be, I don't know, it doesn't really make it worth going for. The risk and the reward is not equal when you have to go all the way back to that first drop zone where Catrina's throwing from behind.
Yeah. Jess and Paige did a good job getting up to the second island.
Definitely. Catrina's
routine.
Yep, she's just going to play for the 4. It's probably the only 294-foot par 4 that we play all year.
It's unique for sure. Great shot from Eveliina. Easy bird.
Yes,
back.
A lot of birdies out there today, but also a lot of bogeys and a couple double bogeys.
Ooh.
Me.
Paige almost shorted it, but scoots right on up. There's that awesome Sonic. Hyzers it. Wow,
Oof.
hyzers it in.
Catrina with the 3rd jump putt of the hole.
That CTP was Henna. Got to play with her today.
Ooh.
Wow,
She's
good.
so good at that little floaty approach.
I saw Haley King today miss off the tee and then park it
From the first drop zone?
From the first drop zone.
Wow.
Super cool. I would never even try that. I was so impressed.
I'm the biggest Haley King fan. I hope she gets on one of these lead cards so we get to commentate on it. Jess
Squeaks
with
it
a
in.
good birdie.
It's always interesting to watch her switch back from Anheuser to hyzer putting.
Yeah, I did a little pro clinic with Jess yesterday, and she was talking about her mentality when deciding which putt to use. And she thinks about the wind, she thinks about, obviously her footing, and she says she practices both of them equally so that she feels prepared doing both. So
it's a useful tool to have, especially if there's, trees or you're obstructed on the way to the basket.
Definitely. Moving on to hole 7, 333 feet, but downhill. I feel like it still plays a little bit longer than that, and you have to shoot through this tight gap off the tee. It doesn't seem very tight on camera, but it is. The basket is on the edge of a downward sloping hill towards an out-of-bounds sidewalk that you can very easily find if you go a little bit too far.
I think it feels farther because you can't really throw a hyzer reliably. I mean, you can hope that it scooches in there, but if you really want to attack it, you kind of have to throw straighter.
Yeah, or flex one a little bit. Eveliina will be
50
just outside
maybe?
the circle.
No, closer. She'll have a putt. Scary though, going downhill.
Yeah, there's lots of low-hanging branches on the trees surrounding the basket, so you can find yourself some knee putts as well inside the circle. Paige rips over on it, looking to get that full flight. But
she stabled up to an enforcer and just didn't quite get enough on it.
Yeah, it looks like that wind kind of took it.
Oh, cool. Flex line. Oh, Cheshire Cat.
This is a beat-up Wraith. Apparently,
Comes over a little bit, but good ground play.
Garrett gave it to her. So it's been used and loved for years. Catrina looks like she throws a hyzer.
Big ol' skip.
Pure hyzer the whole way.
Another D1.
She'll be just outside the circle as well, ish.
Yeah, I saw a lot of that today. Can't quite get into the circle.
I thought there would be more birdies on the hole. There's only 3 on the day. I won't tell you who. No spoilers.
Just in case.
But I really thought there would be more birdies out there.
Yeah.
This is a scary putt to go for if you're short, though.
It is.
Super death putt.
I do think the play is to go out and around with a hyzer and kind of just hope you get in, because then you're not putting downhill at it.
Totally.
Oh, he cans it. Nice. Good thing you didn't spoil
like she's
anything.
from about 45 or 50, downhill, death putt, and if you cage it and it rolls, it will roll out of bounds.
Yeah, it's over. Full commitment.
Eveliina on the knee putt. Looks like she might have just pulled it a little bit right.
No.
Oh no. I didn't mean to put that hex on her. Yeah,
That's pretty far though. It'll be a tough comeback.
Yeah, it looks like she'll still be safe.
25.
Eveliina with a tough comebacker right around circle's edge. Oh.
Yeah, tough putt.
Her routine is so quick. She just steps right up and lets it fly. Jess with her diva shades on. Love them. Style points. Nice par. Eveliina taking the unfortunate bogey, but still hanging out under par. Moving on to hole 8, it's one of the longer holes on the course. It's a par 4, another little narrow gap to get through. There's out of bounds water on the right inside those reeds, and then that green is out of bounds as well on the left. The basket is over this little hill and in a little bowl, but if you go past it, all of that, the reeds behind it are out of bounds water as well. The play here is to finish a little bit more left so you don't have to throw over the reeds on your second shot, because it's a little bit further downhill and you can't really see the basket very well. So you can see Catrina putting one out way to the left, not playing with the green at all, and not having to throw over the reeds on her second shot.
Yeah, it's a smart shot. Just rip something over, let it hyzer. It makes it so you can throw straight or hyzer just over the green instead of, like you said, messing with those reeds. So the second shot can be pretty difficult because it's a pretty narrow strip leading up to the pretty small green.
I believe this wind was a little bit of a head crosswind, but it was pretty calm at this point on the course. We're tucked back in the corner between some houses, and we weren't really feeling it much at this point.
Mm-hmm.
That thing looks beefy. Is that a destroyer?
I think all the green stable ones are destroyers.
Looks like she got nestled up to that tree. I hope it's not too close. Some of the neighborhood dogs aren't happy with us. Oh no. Looks like Paige rips over on it a little much.
So here's okay. Anywhere behind you. Yeah, I think so.
Debating the footing a little bit.
She
pretty funny.
found the one hole. Looking at about a 200, maybe 225 foot approach shot.
But in a good position to be able to throw that hyzer pretty safely.
Totally.
Whew. Maybe 20 feet.
Yep, downhill putt,
25.
fun putt. This is, I feel like, one of the more gettable birdies as well. The second shot is tough, but if you get your driveway out there, like, it is definitely doable.
Yeah, if you're positioned well, it's relatively routine. You're not throwing a full drive on the second shot. That was a beautiful forehand from Jess.
Eveliina tucked up to this tree, but still allows her to play to her strength, which is her forehand approaches. She's so good at them.
Yeah, that was perfect.
Better. Yeah, this hole averaged at a 3.5, so about a half stroke under the par. And almost 60% of the field birdied the hole, so.
Wow, that's awesome.
Awesome women's hole. We love it. We got a little blue on the scorecard. Catrina looking for her birdie.
Yes. Yeah, there's only one bogey on the day. Nice.
Oh, wow,
Good
one
connection.
bogey. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Even though it's a gettable birdie, it's still like there's a lot of places that you could go wrong on that approach and turn it into a bogey easily.
Definitely.
Geese are chiming in. Nice birdie from Eveliina.
Yeah, 3 down through 8, both Kat and Eveliina. That's a great score out here.
Moving on to hole 9. This is such a tricky tee shot. The tee box is placed down under a hill, so you have to throw over that hill out into this open area. And you really want to get down there as far as you can because all of this is out of bounds, all this grass, and the basket is tucked up on the left under the trees here. So if you don't get far enough down the fairway, your second shot is a lot more difficult because it's close to that out of bounds green area. There is out of bounds on the right and left with a sidewalk.
Just a lot happening, basically. Yeah, Kat actually throws the hyzer there, which is, it's just so awkward. I think it's a little bit more natural to try to throw a turnover, which I think Jess will do here.
Yeah, you can't tell how high the hill is just in front of the tee pad from the camera.
Yeah, if you want to throw a flat shot, you have to throw over the hill, inches. No, maybe 6 inches. Otherwise, you got to air it out up high.
You don't want to land over on the left where Jess just landed, and looks like where Eveliina's going to land as well. That whole area is made up of these little rocks, these little pebbly rocks, and it's really slippery if you're trying to do a run up for your next shot.
Spoken from experience. And the trees also can be pretty obstructing. If you're out in the open, this is definitely a pretty gettable hole. And the out of bounds is kind of hard to find, so.
It's a par 4, but it averaged at 0.2 strokes over par. So it seems like the ladies had some issues with it today. 20% of the field birdied it, 25% were bogey or worse.
That's actually a little surprising. It's probably just because the drive is so technical.
Yeah.
And if you do get on this left side, it can be pretty rough. And that fairway there is OB as well. So if you don't put enough angle on it, you could get stuck.
Yeah, it's actually a very good women's hole because you're forced to take your medicine if you don't get off the tee right. Yeah. So it's awesome. Eveliina inside the circle.
Eveliina.
Catrina with way down there. She's throwing, looks like a putter for an approach. Overstable, mid putter. Something slow and easy, land softly.
Yeah, she's great at that shot. Sonic again.
I wonder when she's throwing the Sonic, is she trying to throw it in?
I'd imagine so. Ask her at the next pro clinic.
So we love playing on the green grass of the golf courses when we play disc golf. It's super awesome. These rocks on the side aren't the funnest, but we love the grass. And we would like to know what you guys think about playing disc golf on golf courses. Leave us a note in the comments. We're going to do a giveaway, and depending on who leaves comments. And we really truly like to know what you guys think about playing on golf courses and watching coverage on golf courses.
Make sure to like and subscribe to the Disc Golf Guy as well.
Yeah, we're really appreciative of Terry coming out here and filming the women's cards, and also thank you to Innova for funding part of Terry's journey out here to Las Vegas. Oh!
Just missed. Paige converted though, it looked like.
Hits left side, yep. Paige, one of only 4 birdies out here.
Yep, Paige. And it looks like Cat should have a pretty short little 8-footer here.
Didn't want to do a spoiler, but
okay.
Catrina with also one of the 4 birdies.
Shows us why they're on the feature card, huh?
Yeah, and that's going to round out the front 9. Thank you guys for watching and hanging out. My name's Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb.
And please tune in for the back 9 at the Infinite Disc Course, or the first round of the Las Vegas Challenge. Again, please leave us a comment. Let us know what you think.